possess it by faith and not forfeit it by fear. And they went and came unto Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel to the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them, unto the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, we come unto the land whether thou sent us. Surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Right? So this is when Joshua, when Moses sent out spies to go spy out the land, and he sent the men out, came back with them, was Joshua and Caleb, the same one that is actually leading the children of Israel. He came back, and they began to give a report. What is happening here is the majority of them begin to say, yeah, we saw fruit in the land, but we can't go in and possess it because we also saw the giants in the land. Right? Now look at this. He says in verse number 28, nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled. Look at this, the impossibilities, right? They know what God showed them. They know what God promised them, but they're not seeing the way Joshua told them to see. They're not looking at what God said. They're looking at what their circumstances is showing them. Are you getting that? And so they came back. Listen, they said, yeah, beyond this, we see that it's a land that floweth with milk and honey. But he says, listen, the city is walled and is very great. And moreover, we saw the Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea of the coast. Now look at this. Now, what they saying? They begin to make every excuse why they couldn't do what God told them to do. Because they was looking at the wrong thing. Right? In your life, I know right now, things running through your mind while you're saying, I can't do it. I can't serve God. I can't do this. I can't do that. It is for this reason. It's for that reason. The same thing they was doing. Knowing in your spirit that God has promised you, and he's a God that he cannot lie. And he's shown you time and time again that he's God all by himself. But in this particular thing, you are questioning whether or not you can do what God is asking you to do because you're looking at all the enemies that you have in your camp, that is in the land. But Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are able to overcome it. Right? But the men that went with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we are. Right? And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up its inhabitants thereof, and all the people we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants of the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sights as grasshoppers, and so were we in their sights. What does that say? They knew the promise of God. They believed and trusted that God was going to do this thing in their life. But because of fear, of seeing something that was greater than they were. This is the key, guys. That's the plan of God. God says the just shall live by faith. If you see a way you can accomplish it, what you need God for. If the enemies that is attacking your family is something that you believe you can do of your own accord and your own strength, why do you need God? Are you listening to me? God gets us in a place to where he is God and God all by himself. And what he does is he gets us to a place of impossibilities. He surrounds us with things that seem like they're winning in our life. The enemy is on our tail, doing all kinds of reaping havoc in our life. Right now we're going through a spiritual warfare on many levels. But God needs you to understand it's not about you, and it have not come to destroy you. It will not stop you from getting your destiny. But can you hope in God again? Can you believe and trust in him again? Can you put yourself in position according to purpose to envision what God said he's going to do in your life, and to reach out for it and to go for it and to know and understand that if God said it, it shall come to pass? There is a promised land that is what is waiting for you. On your jobs, in your families, in your relationships, in your relationship with God. You're going to go to a deeper level in him. God is going to bring you to a level, to a time of prosperity and a time of healing and a time of blessing and all of these things. But you have to envision it first. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I have to see myself healed. I have to see myself delivered. I have to see my family whole the way God promised it. I have to see the promise. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what God has said. And the vision he's given unto me, that's what I envision. And so no matter what storm I'm going through, no matter what obstacle I'm facing, no matter what is going on in my life, that's what I reach for. And even though it seems like I've gotten hit, if anybody seems like they've been hit, when you're in a fight, sometimes even though you may be a good fighter, but sometimes every now and then, they'll get a sucker punch in there, they'll uppercut you, they hit you in your gut, and you know what I mean? It hurts, right? But you go to your corner, and you get patched up, and you get recharged, and you get back into the ring, and you get back up, and you keep on fighting. Why? Because you know that he that believeth in God overcomes the world. So whatever the obstacle, whatever the challenge, whatever is going on, you are a world overcomer. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. The devil has not won. He never will win. His defeat is evident. It is going to happen on every level of our lives. But can God get some men and women that want to say, enough is enough? I'm tired of the wilderness. I don't want to go back that way. Some of us can't even go back if we wanted to. Can't go back that way. But I'm tired of being where I am. Right now I'm stuck. You know what I mean? I'm stuck. I got to have hearted commitment. I see what God has for me, but I still like this stuff over here. I see what God is telling me to do, but I still want to keep working my stuff. I don't want to lose that. And God says you can't take that into the promised land with you. He would not put new wine into old bottles. So we have to change. We have to change our heart, and we have to make a dedication to purpose. And it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you come. It doesn't matter what has got you to this point. Hear me. I know my God. He's a forgiving God. He's a loving God. He forgives instantly. It doesn't matter what you thought. It doesn't matter what has gotten you to this point. The fact of the matter is you are here right now. And God wants you to know, I have purpose for you. I created you. The reason why you're restless, the reason why you're trying to self-medicate, the reason why you're running around and it's like you keep running around circles in your life. Deja vu, I've been here before. You keep going. God says because you haven't come to the Creator to put the purpose in you so you can get fulfillment in your life, so you can get joy. It's something missing. And God says, I have you here this morning, not by accident or coincidence. I called you by the wooing of my spirit. I'm the one that drew you here because I have this word for you. You are not a mistake. Somebody need to hear that right there. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Let me minister for a minute. You need to hear this. God says you are not a mistake. I don't care about your mother. I don't care about your father. I don't care about what state you was brought into this world. God says you were not a mistake. I knew you when you was in your mother's womb. I had a plan for you. I formed and fashioned you. I don't care what environment you grow up in. I don't care what people have said unto you. Shake that stuff off. They may have said you're never going to be anything. You're never going to amount to anything. You're always going to be no good. You're always going to be a dope addict. You're always going to do this. God says shake that off. Listen, envision what I've said. I've said you're wonderfully and fashionably made. I've said that the thoughts I have towards you are good and not evil. I said that you're going to be the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath. Listen, envision what God has said. So you have to shake that off of what other people have said unto you. And you have to make a decision to say, yes, Lord. I'm tired of going around circles, God. I'm tired of just going in and out, not getting any fulfillment. I've tried this, I've tried that, and it just don't do it. I thought that was going to do it.